Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's June 24th, 2022. I thought I'd give you another quick garden update to see how things are going. We're standing outside the western garden plot. This is a kennel panel chain link fencing. Surprisingly, the deer haven't come down and started gobbling up so these are some of the thornless blackberries. These are the triple crown thornless blackberries right here. But we have them growing inside. The deer have been decimating, consuming all of the thornless blackberries up in our main gardens up there. We don't have fences around it yet, so hopefully within the next 2 years I'll be able to get some decent fences up. And of course we are experimenting with a living fence over here. We're going to see just how well that works, and then we'd extend it up there, and then we have to come up with additional fencing for the thornless blackberries up there next to the second food forest. So the gooseberries, no big changes here. The gooseberries are continuing to develop. They're doing quite well. Greenhouse is over there, all the plants for sale over there. And I haven't done anything over here again, and you can see the weeds are going to seed. The thornless blackberries are doing well, like I mentioned. I hope to get in here sometime soon and clean up this mess and deal with these weeds here. The hiscaps or the honeyberry plants are doing great. I did do some softwood cuttings from these. They are not doing very well, and these are pretty easy ones to propagate. So I've messed up with those. The blueberry bushes are all doing quite well. The birds have been coming in and they've taken quite a few of the blueberries off of some of these plants, but that's life. And the blueberry plants in the first food forest, I really haven't done anything with those at all. Thea came out and removed a lot of the hardwood cuttings that weren't making it here, so because we got these hardwood cuttings in too late in the season. We have some curly willow cuttings here that we got started. I took some extras at the same time that I started the living fence over there with the curly willows. The lupine are all doing very well down here. Thea's painstaking weeding here has paid off. All over the place, the elderberry plants are getting ready to start. The flowers are just about done and the berries are starting to get produced now. Asters look beautiful as usual. I've been spending a lot of time down in the forest there. Yesterday we did harvest escapes from the garlic patch, but boy did we pay the price for not, well, with my back being out and all, I wasn't able to go up there and do the weeding and things that I would like to have gotten done. So it's a real mess up there, but we were able to get a lot of the garlic escapes out of the gardens. As you can see, the comfrey's already shooting up its second run here. We do have, man, we've had some real hot days here. So there are a couple of the broccoli that have already started to bolt. The spinach over there, we'll talk about in a couple of minutes, that's bolted as well. Thea's been harvesting the kale. The kale still looks great. We do have the cabbage moths around here a little bit more now, as you can see them flying around. But the plants have been doing well, considering. Thea did come through and pruned the San Marzano tomatoes and put some stakes and tied them up. They look fantastic. So I'm going to try in the next couple of days to go out and get the cages around them so we can support those, because these flimsy 1/4-inch rods will not support them. The red onions are doing extremely well. Both rows, yes, there are some weeds in there, mostly purslane, which is edible. The sweet banana peppers seem to be doing pretty well as well. These are the blue flesh potatoes here. We got one flower starting there. And I have to come over here and weed this area again. So that's something that's got to be done. Let's cruise on over and take a look at the eastern garden plot. So really, with this garden section here, with both garden sections that we've been to so far, Thea has done a great job harvesting the kale, staking the tomatoes, doing the weeding around them, getting the weed mats all straight and all. So she's done an absolutely fantastic and valuable job here. I've been concentrating on doing repairs of things, working in the forest, and I can't think of anything else right now. Maybe I was just goofing off the whole time. So over here to the eastern garden plot, and you can see, sorry about the loud jingles here, you can see the scarlet red runner beans have been coming up pretty nicely all along the cattle panel trellis here. The other day I flame weeded a little over a week ago in here, and that worked out extremely well. And then I came in because the weeds were starting to shoot up like crazy. I took the tilther and went down this main path to knock them out because we had run out of propane. Thea did go and get another canister of propane, so I'll come through and flame weed everything again. The scarlet red runner beans are doing really well. I did use the larger stirrup hoe, and I came down here this morning when it was still about 6:30 or so, and just stirrup hoed this whole area. And I could see some of them, their roots are still under the soil, but I'll end up going in and hitting these guys again. The corn has shot up along the main rows here. So what I will end up doing is taking some soybean, if I can get around to it, and plant some soybean right in the center between the corn rows here. As I mentioned previously, none of the carrots sprouted at all out of either of these two beds, so Thea did go ahead and put some kidney beans in here as well. These are the jalapeno peppers. Again, I did come down here with a stirrup hoe, gave them a quick swipe. I do want to get over here and flame weed. These are the russet potatoes. They're doing extremely well. Pretty happy with how they're looking. The black-eyed Susans and these are German chamomiles. Oh, there are a couple Russian chamomiles over in here as well. So these are doing well. Some more chamomile and black-eyed Susans here as well. So this is our experiment, putting them up against the dog run here. And today I came through and used the stirrup hoe over here. You can see lots of the dead weeds to the outside. Then Thea came through while I was out back working in the forest and picked out the rest of the weeds around here. What we got to do, this soil is just loaded with weed seeds. Got to come out here with the with Mini-Me with a bucket load of the leaf mulch, because there aren't lots of weed seeds. There's very relatively few weed seeds in that. So the sweet potatoes I think are looking pretty good. I did disrupt some of the roots with the stirrup hoe, but I think we'll mulch this area up maybe tomorrow or the next day, and I need to rake up some more rocks from here as well. The handicap beds, strawberries are doing pretty well. The oh, what the hell is this? Parsley. Gee whiz. Parsley's doing pretty well in here as well. So these plants are doing okay. I see Thea did put The extra tomatoes that we kept over there in case any of them didn't make it over here in the bed in the main in the central garden plot. So you can see how much further behind these ones are because they didn't get into any soil. The red onions again have done extremely well, and on the other side there's a few more of the tomatoes put in around the outside there. Thea's been coming through every couple of days and doing a little bit of weeding in this area. And the dill's doing okay over here. The basil looks okay at this point. There's weeds in here, and of course the spinach is bolting, so we'll save some seed from the spinach here as well. So that's about where we are with the garden plots. I gotta say, for this little effort as I've been putting in here with just the minimal weeding and all, I'm pretty happy with how well things are doing. Super happy that the Scarlet Red Runner beans have taken off. Hopefully the corn is advanced enough. Remember that the corn I put it in the first time, I soaked it, and then I used the earthway seeder, which the swollen soaking corn kernels were too big for the insert for the seeder, so that was an issue. But all in all, things have worked out pretty darn well, mostly thanks to Thea for all the hard work she's doing here. So thumbs up, Thea, great job. She's off to the recycle center right now, recycling materials and all, and I gotta head back out to the Zone 5 forest, the Forever Wild Forest, the work that I'm doing out there with hugelkultur pits and all. Well, if you found this video of value, please give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and by all means, folks, take care, take it easy. I anticipate there's going to be a couple of tough years here, so think more about gardening, growing your own food. Bye-bye now.